Hello, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend wherever you are in the world. The weekend is almost finished, and I hope you're nice and relaxed, rested after that crazy week we had last week with the Forex market, with commodities, with gold, with the currency pairs. Jerome Powell was speaking twice last Wednesday and Thursday, and as we all know, he really shakes up the markets when he speaks. So, what can we expect in the Forex market in this upcoming week? Well, let's have a look on our weekly analysis. Hello, everybody. This is Rick Ray from rickrayfx.com/profile. And that's my website you see there on the screen where you can go to find out more about Forex trading. And as usual, here we are for the weekly analysis. And that means we have the last week of June coming up, starting the 26th, and we will finish on Friday, the last week of June. Not only the last week of the month, but also the last month of the quarter. It's halfway through the year. Hard to believe. Saturday will be the 1st of July. So we're going to see some volatile movements as we finish the month off, as we finish the quarter off. And we need to be aware of all the fundamental high impact news that's coming out. There is a little bit this week, but there are some other factors to consider in our trading. So we will look at the forexfactory.com as I always do. And also I will cover the trades that I shared with you last week so we can see if we had any profit or loss. And then, as usual, I will share my new trade setups with you. So what about the high impact news? What have we got coming up this week? Is it going to be as crazy as it was last week? Well, let's hope not. Okay, forexfactory.com. As always, these times you see on the screen here are Asian times if you live in Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, those countries. Otherwise, be sure and check forexfactory.com for your local time zones. And there's not a whole lot coming up, but again, Wednesday, Jerome Powell is speaking again as if he didn't have enough to say in his two presentations last week. He's speaking again on Wednesday. There is some news on Tuesday on the Canadian economy. And then again on Thursday, we have the regular weekly unemployment claims from the US, and then a little bit of news also on Friday. So we need to be aware of all of these items. And remember, the key thing here is that it's the end of the month where we see oftentimes profit taking on commodities, okay? And it's the end of the quarter where we oftentimes see profit taking on commodities such as gold. Okay, these are things we need to be aware of, so we need to play our trades cautiously this week. So how did it go last week? Well, if you followed my trade setups, you had some profits, okay? If you were nimble in and out, the first one I shared with you was gold, and I said no trade on gold, and that was because my indication was that it was a neutral indication, neutral, no trade, no clear direction, no clear bullish move, no clear bearish move. Well, on Tuesday, it dropped like a brick, and then we had the bearish indication, and it continued to drop on Wednesday and Thursday, and a little bit Friday morning, but then it rocketed back up during the London session, and then in the US session came crashing back down. Now you could have taken a trade, all right? You could have taken a trade, but you need to be cautious. These are not the days when you can buy and hold for a long period of time or sell and hold for a long period of time. You need to be nimble. You need to be quick. For example, if you had sold on Thursday and you expected to hold that for 2 or 3 days, yes, it did come down and you were in good profit. But if you weren't careful, you would have already lost everything that you started with the very next day. Okay, it did come back again before the close of the US session, but this is the kind of volatility that we've been seeing in gold for some time. These are not the times to think that you can buy and sell and hold for a long time. Okay, in and out, be nimble, be quick. The Euro US was a good one. Okay, it executed the pending order open on Tuesday and went up for 2 days, and we got a maximum of 112 pips on that one before it did a complete U-turn, okay, went the opposite direction. The pound New Zealand, I've shared with you multiple times that I don't want to trade on that while that is at these high prices, and I'm just very, very cautious to take any trade on the pound New Zealand. I'm waiting for it to change direction. And then once it changes direction and I get a clear bearish indication, I will go short on the pound New Zealand. And I shared with you a buy limit on the odd US. It wasn't very profitable, but if you were nimble, it did open on Monday morning and then went up for 32 pips. And you know what they say, that's all she wrote. It did a complete U-turn and did nothing but go down for the rest of the week. New Zealand US, which trades very similar to the odd US, was also, you had to be in and out. That one opened on Monday morning, and we got a maximum of 20 pips on the New Zealand US. The pound US was a good one, okay, but you had to cut your profit quick. All right, we had some really good news for the pound, what appeared to be good news initially, and the pound US shot up to 90 pips. Okay, that trade opened up on Tuesday and then was okay for Wednesday, and then Thursday we had good news on the pound. It shot up for 90 pips, and then the market just changed their ideas and went completely down, and if you'd held on to that trade, you would now be in a loss. But in and out, very nimble, very quick, watching the news. You got to be cautious, be aware of what these fundamentals, how they play on the movement of currencies, and you could have got 90 pips off of the pound US. The USD CAD was a good one. Okay, this one was quite easy actually. It opened on Tuesday in the US session, went into a little bit of a loss, but then started to go the right direction, and we got a maximum out of the USD CAD of 100 pips on Thursday. And the Euro CAD was one that didn't pay off very well, but it did open on Monday morning, bounced around until Thursday, and gave us a total of 70 pips during the London session on Thursday. Okay, so that's it for the profit and loss. It was a pretty good week overall. It's just very volatile, and you have to keep your eye on the trades that you have. And remember, if you've got one like I showed you, the odd US or the New Zealand US, and it goes into 20, 25 pip profit, then immediately move your stop loss above break even, at break even or just above break even. So if 20 or 30 pips is all it's going to do, and then go the opposite direction, at least you'll get out with no loss. That's the way to play those. So what do we have with the new trade setups? Remember, this is not financial advice. I am not suggesting or recommending that you take these same trades. This is my perspective on the market. I'm sharing these trades with you in order that it might help you just a little bit with planning your own trades. So looking at gold, gold is definitely bearish, all right? But don't go selling gold right now at these low prices. All right, I'm waiting for a lower price, and then I will look to buy into gold as it turns around. Remember, this is the end of the month, the end of the quarter, and that's when we see profit taking in gold. We're likely to see gold drop down to 1900. It's not very far away. It closed Friday at 1920, so it can quite easily get to 1900. We're not sure, all right, but it could go down to 1900 and possibly below that, around 1875 perhaps. During this week, especially towards the end of the week. And then that's when I want to get in with a good buy trade on the lower prices. But we need to see it settle down at those lower prices and then start to make a move back up, and then I will be sharing a buy trade with you. I am not looking to take a short trade on gold at these low prices. I got in on Friday during the US session with a short trade, a sell trade at 1935, and I'm happy with that. Okay, I've got my stop loss move below break even, so it's guaranteed profit, but I'm not looking to take any additional sell trades. I'm waiting for a lower price when it will appear that gold is going to turn around and start to give us a bullish direction, and then I'll be looking to buy at lower prices. For the Euro US, I have a buy limit. The entry price is 1.0860. And for the pound New Zealand, again, no trade. I'm just waiting for this thing to give me indication that it's not going to go any higher, that it's going to break this trend line, which goes back about 4 months. It's been on a bullish run for 4 months at higher prices than it's been for 3 years. So I'm just looking, waiting patiently for this thing to break down. It looked like it was going to last week, but it didn't. Okay, it bounced off of that trend line, which goes back 4 months. All right, so no clear indication of any kind of direction on the pound New Zealand, so for me, no trade. The odd US, a buy limit at 0.6640. The New Zealand US, a buy limit at 0.61 1.20. The pound US, a buy limit at 1.2630. And that's pretty much it. The USD CAD, I just don't trust this one. I'm not sure whether it's going to continue its bearish move. It's been going down for a long, long time. And so I really not confident that it will continue to go further down. So I would rather wait to see what this is going to, how it's going to unfold, with this being the end of the month. And sometimes you see strengthening of the US dollar at the end of the quarter, the end of the month, going into the second half of the year. So I'm holding back on the USD CAD, no trade. And the Euro CAD, well, you can see there, it's just been a crazy week. Starting to go up, then going sideways, and then crashing down on Friday and trying to recover. So just I'm holding off on the Euro CAD, all right? And if I'm not clear on the direction and I don't have confidence in the trade, I'm not going to take the trade. All right, I'm not one that chases the candles, and I recommend you don't chase the candles. All right, trade small, don't be greedy, don't overlot, don't overtrade, and you can be successful trading Forex. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I will share below this video the details about the trading competition that starts tomorrow. I shared one video earlier this week about the trading competition, but I will put the link for that video below this one and all of the sign-up information that you need to join that trading competition. No experience necessary, 25K demo account, absolutely free, and you're allowed 25% drawdown, and you can use EAs or any strategy that you want in the competition. And if you win, first prize is a $25,000 fully funded real money account. Second prize, $15,000. Third prize, $10,000. It's a no-brainer. So the sign-up information is below this video. Thanks again for being here, and I hope you have a great week of trading. I'll see you again in the next video.